This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. 27-year-old Kyle Jones of Grant Street, Fox Hill, was charged on Monday for the double homicide in the Fox Hill community on Monday, March 6. When Jones appeared before Senior Magistrate Darren Roll Davis, prosecutors alleged that he, while concerned with others, unlawfully caused the death of 32-year-old Patricato Rose and 46-year-old Alfred McKenzie. According to police reports, sometime around 8:45 p.m. last Monday, two gunmen, one armed with a high-powered weapon, emerged from behind a trailer on Bryce Street and fatally shot both Rose and McKenzie. Rose is believed to be the intended target, while McKenzie was shot as he sat in the Fox Hill Community Park. According to police, Rose was known to police and was wearing an ankle monitor as a condition of his bail, having been accused of 6 murders. McKenzie was not known to the police. Jones, the accused, was not required to enter a plea and bail was denied. However, he may apply to the Supreme Court for bail. Jones was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections. He returns to court on May 31st. The 33-year-old police officer who is accused of incest has been granted bail. Nearly 2 weeks ago, the officer faced a magistrate charged with having sexual intercourse with his daughter, which began in 2020 when the child was 10 years old and continued for 2 years until February this year, as the child is now 12 years old. The man, whose name has been withheld to protect the identity of the child, was granted bail in the sum of $12,000. The probe into millions of dollars worth of missing assets from the Disaster Reconstruction Authority, the DRA, following Hurricane Dorian, has officially been placed in the hands of the police. This much coming from Chairman of the DRA, Alex Storr.
We have not located any more of the assets, but those, along with some other matters that we're looking at, the DRA, we're meeting, discussing these and looking on to passing it on to the next level of investigation, which will involve more police action. We have put together our internal investigations on a number of matters, and we'll be handing all that over to the police.
It was on September 9th that police on Abaco seized supplies allegedly reported missing by the DRA in a local church. However, following the allegations, pastor of Friendship Tabernacle, Bishop Silbert Mills, said the supplies were being stored at the church as he is a former DRA member and the church is used as the only hurricane shelter on Central Abaco. DRA officials recovered some of those items last November. However, Mr. Storr reveals that there is still a substantial amount of items yet to be recovered.
I would say 250 on found items. Yes, the figure is still at 250, but there's a lot more outstanding.
Can you give an estimate of what's outstanding?
I don't even want to take that chance right now, but
ballpark figure.
It could be in the millions of dollars, so I just leave it at that.
With the 2023 hurricane season fast approaching, the DRA chairman says in order to fund the authority for this year's hurricane season, they would need some $30 million should there be just one hurricane that hits the Bahamas.
There is fear. It is rough in the Bahamas, typically for Haitians, contrary to popular belief. Haitians are speaking. I've seen some comments on social media and WhatsApp groups, Facebook, that sort of thing, where persons are talking about immigration, busting down or kicking down doors at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning and jumping fences and that sort of stuff. It's unfortunate that those sorts of actions are going on.
That was Bahamian activist and consultant for those whose rights have been violated, Luby Georges, saying the current climate for migrants in the country, particularly those illegal and undocumented, is one of uncertainty, as the illegal immigration and irregular housing situation is at the forefront of national discussions. Mr. Georges spoke with our Jcn News team concerning the current feelings among some Haitian nationals in the country.
We must be mindful of the strategies and tactics that we are using sometimes. On many occasions, you'd find that the minister or the director or some higher personnel at immigration are not necessarily aware of how exactly their junior or their subordinate officers are carrying out their daily duties. And so imagine you being a permanent resident holder. Imagine you being, residing with your spouse and you have a 5-year spousal permit, but because you are known to be a Haitian, you terrorize, your door for whatever reason without a warrant is kicked in. Like those sort of things, are causing a lot of fear in the community.
In recent weeks, Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain has made national headlines for holding a number of demonstrations against the Davis administration concerning the current immigration crisis in the country, saying that the government is not doing enough. Mr. Georges believes the government is doing what it can.
That is the stark difference with this administration. They seem to want to get it right. So far, in my opinion, they are getting it right. To some, they're not moving with haste. They're not moving fast enough. But however, this situation didn't happen overnight, and so it cannot be fixed overnight. And again, I just think that persons like Lincoln and his crew, they're just making matters worse. They're making lots of noise. Seems to be wanting to incite something, going in, knocking on people's doors, checking people's papers. I mean, it's just ridiculous, in my opinion, what they are doing, or how they're choosing to do it.
Mr. Georges revealed that the Haitian embassy here in the Bahamas has authorized him to vet documents from Haitian immigrants, which are typically issued in French. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. Thanks for joining us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.